For today's tactic, we are checking out a player I just absolutely admired way back in the day and used to pick him up all the time in my Liverpool saves. But he's now turned to coaching after injuries hampered his career. Let's dive in and see a NURI ŞAHIN tactic, shall we? Yes, this one is called the NURI ŞAHIN 4231 BVB. So obviously, when he was a player, I absolutely adored him and picked him up every chance I could. He did very well for my Liverpool team way back. But unfortunately, like I said, injuries have hampered his career. He has not done all that well lately and has moved to the managerial side of things. Coaching first Antalyaspor and now coaching Borussia Dortmund. He has a possession-based, high-tempo philosophy that we're going to check out in this 4-2-3-1. But, of course, as always, we are going to use our sides of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. But now let's just dive in and see what a NURI ŞAHIN tactic can do for our teams in the Premier League. Well, unfortunately, not that much. Liverpool only getting 71.74 goals. Aston Villa in 8th with 60 points and 54 goals? Yeah, something to happen here. Starting with Liverpool in the domestic cups as always. Carabao Cup 4th round, they lose out to Newcastle 0-2. FA Cup quarterfinals against Brentford in penalties is where they lose out. However, they do seem to put all their eggs in one basket. In the Europa League final, they win 3-2 over AC Milan. So overall, I mean, Premier League, yeah, your third place. It must have been a down season in the Premier League. You're still 16 points off of Manchester City. That's incredible. Definitely not the greatest of seasons there. You do win the Europa League, which is fantastic. But overall, Squad-wise, you actually have some green. You definitely want more, though. But goals, 26 for Nunez, 22 for Salah. Assist, 15 for Andrew Robertson. Szoboszlai with 14. And average rating, well, Kelleher gets there, but McAllister gets in there with 719. That's pretty low for a top. Switching over to Aston Villa, losing out in the Carabao Cup 4th round, 1-3 against Brentford. And then the FA Cup 5th round, they lose out 0-2 against Luton. They do make it all the way to the Conference League final. They lose out in penalties to Eintracht Frankfurt. Overall, definitely a season that you really wish you had done a lot better with. Squad-wise, they still have, 4 in the green, though. So it's not awful, I guess. But 29 goals for Ollie Watkins, 14 for Luis. That is quite the difference. Assists, 15 for Douglas Luis, 12 for Ramsey. And then average rating, Ramsey with a 7.32. Data hub for Liverpool, we're seeing this kind of time and time again lately, especially with the 4-2-3-1s, where defending they're doing somewhat well, attacking they just can't get it into the back of the net or get their attacking side going all that well. If we look at the general performance, only 1.95 goals per game, 1.04 conceded, 1.06 xG against. Aston Villa really could not get their attacking wheels on whatsoever. No question about it. Defensively, yeah, they've got some bases covered, but they are missing a couple of others. Only 1.42 goals per game, 1.29 conceded, 1.38 xG against. Premier League stats. Liverpool with 1.87 points per game is definitely low for them. Aston Villa with 1.58. Most goals. Liverpool do get second place with 74. Aston Villa, though, with 54. That's quite a drop. Fewest shots against Liverpool make the list with 302. Most possession, 55% for Liverpool, 54 for Aston Villa. Most dribbles made, Liverpool in 4th, 698. Aston Villa with 673. Best pass completion, Aston Villa and Liverpool both get 88%. And most shots for Liverpool in 6th with 444. That is insanely low for them. But now, how did our championship side of Ipswich Town do if Liverpool and Aston Villa faltered a bit? They got 10th place, 73 points, 81 goals, is not great. Looking at their domestic cup run, Carabao Cup quarterfinals is a fantastic place to get to. 0-1, unfortunately, against Newcastle. They get to the FA Cup 4th round, 2-3, lose out to Tottenham. Overall, their only real shining moment is the Carabao Cup, but the championship is absolutely abysmal. FA Cup, whatever. Squad-wise, actually they have 5 in the green, which is not too bad. So, goals, 16 for Caden Jackson this time around, 12 for Connor Chaplin, only 11 for Hurst. Again, 11 starts, 11 goals. Yeah. Leif Davis, though, picks it up with 21 assists, and average rating Connor Chaplin gets a 7.24. Well, back to the screen, at least for Ipswich, 1.59 points per game. But for the rest of the stats, 6th place, 81 goals. Not too bad. They've definitely gotten a lot better. Few shots against in 4th with 396. Most possession with 54%. Most dribbles made in 3rd with 860. And best pass completion with 88%. So overall, let us take a look at the tactic itself. We have a sweeper keeper in support, a complete wingback in support on the left, a fullback in defend on the right, ball playing defenders in defend. We had a ball winning midfielder in support next to a ball winning midfielder in defend, a winger in attack on the left, an inverted winger in support on the right, an attacking midfielder in attack in the middle, an advanced forward in attack up front. Positive mentality, in possession attacking with is fairly wide, approach play is passed into space, focus played on the left and the right, play out of defense, passing directness is shorter, tempo is slightly higher, mixed crosses, work the ball in the box and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, distribute to the back line and take short kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, trigger press much more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. So overall, how did it do for our three teams? I'm sorry to say, the possession-based, high-tempo and fluid type of tactic or philosophy that NURI ШAHIN seems to enjoy did not really show through in this. I mean, 10th place Ipswich Town is really awful. Again, you could do a tactic, 10 different saves, get 10 different, completely different results. This one just did not work at all. So if we look at Liverpool and Aston Villa again, I mean, third place, sure, great. 71 points though. You definitely want to get that higher if you can. And from Arsenal down, it definitely could have been just a down season in the Premier League. But as I usually say, if you take control of this yourself, do your own match shouts, tactical changes and things like that, training transfers, you could definitely get better than this. You could probably get into second place and hopefully get a lot more points here. But Liverpool with 9 losses and 8 draws, Aston Villa in 8th, hopefully you could pick it up and get Conference League maybe next season. Overall, I think we've seen 4-2-3 ones that have worked better. But if you're looking for a NURI ŠAHIN tactic, and again, this looks like it was made for Borussia and their team right now, but maybe change things up a little here and there to kind of change to your team and how it shows, you might be doing better as well. But in this case, this save, it didn't work all that well. It was not even average, I would say. But that is it for me, 7FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.